Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I want to talk about being myself more. And this is something that I'm starting to do on here in my personal relationships, in meetings with new people. I'm just starting to be myself more. And obviously there's a certain way to do that. I know that everybody has their own opinions about the world and about how things are, but my personal opinion is that you do need to be strategic somewhat, or at least aware of the different strategies that exist within this world and that people operate within. And I think being yourself and choosing who you want to show your true self to is a part of that strategy as well. But I'm just learning and practicing how to be myself more. And it honestly is it feels pretty good. Like when somebody likes you for who you are and they don't, I mean, everybody judges, but they're not necessarily judging you, or you don't have to put up a facade or put up a front. It honestly feels really good because then it feels like a deeper connection, despite how much longer you've known that person than others, despite the different situations that you might have met them or anything like that. It's like I've met people before where I've kind of lowered my walls a little bit in different aspects, and we hit it off, and we can have hour-long conversations, and we can hang out, the entire night without getting bored, and we can bounce ideas off of each other. And I feel like that's really dope and really cool. And as somebody who's been hiding for so long, as somebody who's kind of just been under the mindset of if you don't show yourself, if you don't show who you are, if you don't put yourself out there, then you're safe. I've just come to understand how important human interaction is, how important confidence in self is, and how important connection is. Building up my confidence is something that I am really working on because I want to experience more. I want to have fun. I see people, and social media is not the end all be all, of course. I know that it's, presented in a certain way, but I do see videos and I do see things of people connecting and people having fun and people making new friends. And it's just I want that. You know what I'm saying? I do want to build a community. I do want to be around more people. I want to share certain ideas with people. I want to listen to other people's ideas. There's just a huge human connection component that I've been kind of missing from my life, or that I've been shutting myself off from. And it's easy for me to say this now in the moment when I'm just alone in my room, not really doing anything. But of course, I know that with time and with experience and with practice, I'll be able to stand firm on what I actually think and what I actually believe when it comes to meeting others and opening up to others. And I don't know, it just feels so interesting because, when you're younger, and this goes for everybody, we all go through our experiences, and some people get heartbroken, some people are abused, some people are bullied, some people, grow up thinking a certain thing, and then they get older and they recognize that it's not that thing at all. And I think that everyone is at different levels of adjusting and recalibrating their sense of self, from their 20s to 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, even 70s. And I think that it's a beautiful thing. And I think that because I've been working on myself more, and because I've been kind of understanding this and understanding where my walls are, it kind of helps me, I guess, be more sympathetic to other people. If I meet someone, or if I'm around someone and they get angry, they get upset, or they're closed off, it's I'm less quick to judge because I've been that way too. And it's sometimes when you meet people, if you were in their shoes, in their situations, with their same mindset, you would probably be doing the same thing as well. So I don't know, that's just something that I'm thinking about as I'm about to leave, because I'm just having a lot of new experiences in 2026. I really think it's going to be a great year. I really think that it's going to be the year of just all the things that people have been kind of thinking about and dreaming about and manifesting. I think that it's going to come into fruition. And I'm trying to be more careful about the things that I think about myself, about others, about the world. And it's there's a certain lens that you can see the world from. You can either see it from the lens of everything is bad, everyone is bad, and nothing goes my way, or you can be in the middle of that, or you can see it from everything is good, everything is great, and I can have anything that I want in this life. And in the beginning, when I would say I could have anything that I want in this life, or I would try to prove to myself that I can, create whatever it is that I want to create and see this world, I would get nervous. I would second guess. And this is up until recently. But as I do more things and experience more, I'm able to kind of prove to myself that this is where I'm meant to be. I've said this in a video before and I'll say it again. If you have a certain vision in your head, it's for a reason. If you see yourself surrounded by love and surrounded by new experiences, new places, and new people, I don't think that that's just because you randomly, were flowing through life and you just ended up to start thinking that. Like, I think the things that we dream about and the things that we want in life are for a reason. And yeah, just being open to others and like learning how to have a strong sense of self and learning how to spot those things is like what is going to merge the thing from being a dream and being something that you wish could happen and that you want to happen to it actually being like in reality currently in present time. So that's just something I'm thinking about. I would love to hear your guys' experience with this. Like, are you kind of in the same boat as me where you're putting yourself out there more, where you're trying to try new things and you're meeting new people? Have you kind of taken the opposite side of that to where you've always been a people person, always been out and you're kind of being more introspective for this year and figuring out who you are and what you like? Like, I would love to hear. I read all of the comments, obviously. And I just wanted to make this video really quickly because it's on my mind. And I feel like if you're someone like me who is scared to get out there and scared to meet others and scared to be yourself and scared of just new experiences, I just want to say that I see you and that I hear you and I feel you. And, you know, we really do only have this one life to live. And I was watching a video earlier where somebody said that they were talking about their spouse that just passed and, you know, all the things that they learned about death. And she was a former mortician, and she would say the things that I learned about death were that you have this one life to live and that people are going to be how they are. And I've heard that many, many times before, but sometimes, again, people need to say certain things in a certain way at a certain time in order for it to click. And it really just clicked because I sometimes do get scared. I get nervous. Now that you understand, like for me personally, now that I understand that the ball is in my court, that I create my own reality, that my perception is going to be what I experience and that it's all up to me, ultimately, despite conditioning, despite what I've been through, despite what I've learned, that could be a scary feeling. And it can feel like you don't want to mess up. Sometimes it feels like it's too much power, too much responsibility over yourself because you're not used to it and you want to, give it to someone else. But I'm learning how to walk into my own light and how to be my own person and how to not be scared to like make my own decisions. And I would say that it's going well so far. There are still scary moments, I'm not gonna lie, but I'm not where I was. I'm not that girl that was laying on the couch for 20 hours a day, depressed and wanting to die. And that's a huge step forward. And again, for anybody feeling that way currently, I just want you to know that there's hope out there and that you're going to be all right. You're going to make it through. And that sounds hella corny. When people would tell me that, I'm like, I don't want to hear that, bro. Like, I don't want to hear that. But fortunately, they're right. And it's true. So yeah, let me know what you guys are going through, how you're feeling. Thank you guys for watching. I really, really appreciate it. Make sure that you like, that you comment, that you subscribe. And I'll see you at the next one. And I wish you luck on whatever journey you're partaking, whether it be a mental journey, physically, spiritually, emotionally, whatever you're trying to accomplish in this life and in this moment. I truly hope that you're able to do so. Like, I really mean that from the bottom of my heart. And yeah, thank you for watching. I'll see you at the next one. Bye.